The fate of a season can change with a single move. Sometimes, a simple signing sparks unexpected reactions, dividing opinions, and igniting heated debates among analysts and fans. But what happens when the player in question is someone who has already been with the team and, in theory, wasn't particularly missed? A player who, despite being familiar, doesn't seem to be the missing piece. Yet, the rumors persist, and the inevitable question arises: is the Boston Celtics about to make a mistake, or have they seen something no one else has? Would Javonte Green solve a real problem for the Celtics, or be an irrelevant move? The Boston Celtics are leading the NBA this season and have already built one of the league's most solid defenses. With an elite starting five and a well-balanced, versatile bench, the big question is, where would Javonte Green actually fit in? Would he be an essential piece or just another name in the rotation without a significant impact? First, it's important to assess the team's actual needs. The Celtics have secondary players who effectively fulfill their roles, such as Al Horford, who provides experience and tactical intelligence, Peyton Pritchard, an energetic guard with efficient shooting, and Sam Hauser, who excels in floor spacing with his three-point shot. Additionally, Derek White and Drew Holiday ensure elite perimeter defense. Given this lineup, what exactly would Green bring that the team doesn't already have? It's true that Green would add extra energy, particularly in transition. Despite being highly efficient, the Celtics don't fully exploit that aspect of the game. He could provide a physical spark, which could be useful in high-intensity matchups against teams like the Bucks or Nuggets, who have explosive athletes and play at a dynamic pace. Additionally, his defensive profile fits the team's identity. An athletic player capable of guarding multiple positions is never a waste, especially in the playoffs, where every defensive possession can be crucial. However, there's a major issue: he doesn't address the team's biggest need. If the Celtics are going to make a move, their priority should be acquiring a reliable backup center for when Kristaps Porzingis isn't on the floor. This has been one of the team's weak points. In games where Porzingis is on a minutes restriction or unavailable, the team relies on Al Horford, who, despite his experience, is feeling the effects of age and can't be overburdened. Green, as useful as he might be in other areas, doesn't contribute to solving that issue. Additionally, would bringing in Green be a redundant move? The Celtics already have athletic wings with strong defensive skills. Would he get meaningful minutes on a team that already has a well-defined system? The NBA is full of players who were signed because of their intriguing skill sets, but ended up struggling to find a role on a team with established rotations. Green could easily become another example of this. Another factor to consider is cost-effectiveness. If the Celtics were to bring in Green, he would take up a roster spot that could be used for a more impactful addition. Would it be wise to spend an asset on a player who doesn't address a critical issue? At this point in the season, every move must be made strategically, and bringing in a player just for the sake of it could be a wasted opportunity. At the end of the day, the question isn't whether Green is a good player, it's whether he fills a real need for this team, and the answer appears to be no. The Celtics need to be precise and focus their efforts on adjustments that truly elevate their competitive level. Otherwise, any move would be nothing more than noise without real impact. Bringing him back, a step backward, or a strategic move. The Celtics have built an elite team by investing in top-tier talent. With a core of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Drew Holiday, the team has reached a level where every roster piece must provide immediate value. So why consider bringing back a player who was previously let go for not having a high ceiling? Would reversing that decision be a mistake, or could it be an opportunity to correct a rushed choice? In theory, when a player is waived or moved on from, there's a clear reason behind it. Whether it's a lack of offensive impact, defensive limitations, or simply a roster fit issue, the franchise determined that moving forward without him was the best decision. In Green's case, he wasn't seen as someone who could elevate the Celtics to another level. Now that the team sits atop the NBA, does it make sense to revisit that choice? However, basketball isn't just about raw talent, it's about fit. Green may not be a star, but his work ethic, defensive versatility, and experience could be valuable, especially in a playoff series against explosive teams like the Bucks, Nuggets, or even the Knicks, who play a physically demanding style. In certain contexts, role players become essential. Just look at the impact of PJ Tucker in the Milwaukee Bucks' 2021 championship run, or Bruce Brown's contributions to the Denver Nuggets' 2023 title. Neither was a big-name star, yet both played crucial roles in their team's success. But there's another side to this equation. The Celtics' current rotation is solidified, and shaking things up could do more harm than good. Adding a player with limited offensive tools might disrupt the team's offensive flow, something we've seen happen before. Over the years, the Celtics have struggled when relying too much on players who weren't consistent offensive threats. Just think back to the challenges they faced when Marcus Smart or Grant Williams were forced to create plays in crucial moments. Furthermore, bringing back someone who was already let go could send the wrong message. Would it be an admission that the front office made a mistake in moving on from him? Or worse, could it be seen as a sign of desperation, trying to salvage something from the past due to a lack of better options? Does the team truly need a complementary piece, or is it just looking at familiar faces out of convenience? Another factor to consider is the psychological impact within the locker room. A player who was previously cut might return with the wrong mindset, questioning his role and playing time. If Green didn't take his initial exit well, would he now be willing to embrace a smaller role without causing friction? In the end, the sub-UI decision comes down to what the Celtics prioritize: stability or one final adjustment to further strengthen their defense. The risk of disrupting team chemistry is real, and in this case, looking back might not be the best move for a team that has its future in its hands. Should the Celtics make trades or keep the roster intact? The team is at the top of the NBA, so any change needs to be carefully considered. But is tampering with team chemistry for a rotational player an unnecessary risk or a strategic necessity to secure an edge in the postseason? The truth is that balancing continuity and innovation is a dilemma that haunts every elite franchise. There's no doubt that the Celtics have already built an incredibly talented roster, capable of competing at the highest level and contending for back-to-back championships. However, NBA history is full of examples of teams that became stagnant by relying too much on their own strength, failing to recognize threats around them. Could the Celtics be making that same mistake? There's always room for improvement, and teams that avoid making moves can get caught off guard in the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors, for example, dominated the league for years, but in specific seasons like 2019 and 2023, their lack of strategic adjustments left them vulnerable. LeBron James's Miami Heat in 2014 also learned the hard way that keeping a roster untouched isn't always the best decision. A deeper bench can be the difference between winning a title and facing disappointment. At the same time, disrupting the balance of a team already performing at a high level can be risky. The Celtics made several key moves last offseason to build a winning squad. Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday were surgical acquisitions that paid off immediately. So the question is, would making trades now genuinely bring a significant advantage, or would it just be a move to look active in the market? Then there's the chemistry factor. Building a championship team isn't just about talent, but also about how the pieces fit together. Too much tinkering can destabilize the harmony built throughout the season. Would sacrificing a beloved player, like Al Horford or Derek White, in exchange for a name that might not even fit the system, be a mistake? Looking at the competition, the Denver Nuggets, Milwaukee Bucks, and even the Oklahoma City Thunder are making moves to strengthen their rosters. Can the Celtics afford to stand still and rely solely on their core strength? Ultimately, the answer depends on how confident the front office is in this team's ability to overcome any adversity with what they already have. But what do you think? Celtics fans, should the team shake things up now or trust the group that has already proven it can win a championship?